Good evening, friends. This is Ramkumar here, coming on to the next episode on my Educative series. This is episode number 1.026. This will speak about or summarize the IPO document of Monarch Surveyors and Engineering Consultants Limited. This company will be listed in SME segment of BSE. The IPO is open from 22nd July 2025 to 24th July 2025. The RTA for this company, for this IPO, is Big Share Services Private Limited. In terms of disclaimer, I am currently not registered with any regulator in India like RBI, SEBI, etc. The remaining part of the disclosure you can read at leisure on the page in front of you. Further on about the issue details, it's an IPO as we mentioned earlier from 22nd to 24th of July 2025. The anchor investment portion has to be subscribed on 21st of July 2025. The expected basis of allotment finalization date or submission date is on or before 25th July 2025. The credit of shares, if allotted to the allottees in the demat account, respective demat account of theirs, will be on or before 20th July 2025. As far as the listing and trading is concerned, the trading will commence from on or before 29th July 2025. In terms of issue size, it's a issue of 37,50,000 shares, of which 2,07,000 shares is reserved for the market maker. So that leaves the public with 35,43,000 shares. Minimum lot for application is 600 shares, while for application it is 1,200 shares, and the amount that needs to be paid at the time of application is 2,84,400. This is calculated based on the total of 1,200 shares and the base price of 237 shares. This is a book building process where the lower cutoff price is 237 rupees and the upper cutoff is 250 rupees. The shares carry a face value of rupees 10. There is no employee reservation for this IPO. Now we'll talk about the brief of the company. The company's registered office is located in Pune, Maharashtra. The corporate office also is operating from the same location in Pune. The BRLM, that is Book Running Lead Manager, is Beeline Capital Advisors Private Limited, while the market maker is SpreadX Securities Private Limited. This company was founded in 1999. This company is in the business of surveying and being in the energy engineering consultancy. They actually specialize in survey design and technical supervision of projects. The IPO is a fresh issue IPO. Entire 100% is fresh issue. There is no OFS portion or offer for sale portion. The proceeds of the IPO will be used for capital expenses, general purpose expenses and working capital expenses. The proceeds of the IPO would be monitored by an agency, Care Ratings Limited. Now we'll look at the financials for the last 3 years, 22-23, 23-24 and 24-25 in terms of revenue, profit and total assets. The revenue for 22-23 71.68 moved up to 139.49 the next year. The year after that it was 154.14 crores. This you can see has been almost little bit more than double since the last 2 years. In terms of profitability, that is a net profit after tax, it was 8.59 crores followed by 30.01 crores followed by 34.83 crores. So you can see that the profit is increased, net profit after tax is increased by almost 4 times. The total assets for the same period is 64.51 crores followed by 102.12 crores followed by 148.08 crores. This you can see is little bit more than double in terms of assets. We have also shown you a graph, the graphical representation of these three figures over the past 3 years. Now we'll look at the revenue in terms of receipt from the top 10 clients. For 22-23 it is 59.48 crores followed by 120.16 crores for 23-24 followed by 130.83 crores for 24-25. So you will see that there has been an increase. in terms of the percentage being 82.99, followed by 86.14, followed by 84.52. But since we are talking about the top 10 clients contributing to almost 85% of the revenue share, this is a worrying factor, as the there is a risk concentration that needs to be reduced by the company as we go along. As far as the business is concerned, that company is currently dealing only in various states in the country. Maharashtra contributing to the maximum revenue. So in 2023, it was 67.15 crore, followed by 125.78 crores, followed by 130.06 crores, which constituted 93.68%, followed by 90.17%, followed by 84.24%, 84.02%. So here also you can see that one state alone contributes to more than 84% of the revenue, which is concentration risk, as any issue in Maharashtra, in the state of Maharashtra, in terms of policy change, in terms of calamities, in terms of riots, etc., will create an issue in terms of revenue earning capacity of the company. Now I look at the EPS for the last 3 years. The EPS was 33.47 for 24-25. For 23-24, it was 28.84. For 22-23, it is 8.25. So if you look at applying the weightage of 1, 2, and 3 for these 3 years, you will find that the weighted average is 27.72. This compares with the peer group of this company, as highest EPS being 23.53, lowest EPS being 15.90, and average EPS across the various companies in the peer group is 19.72. So to that extent, this company is a bit aggressively priced. As far as activities are concerned, there is an operating activity, investing activity, and financing activity, which will go through. For 22-23, the operating revenue was or cash flow for operating activities was 5.16 crores, followed by 34.52 crores, followed by 23.91 crores. So you'll see there has been an increase or spurt in the operating activities. Cash flow resulting from operating investing activity has given 11.5 crores, followed by 29.44 crores, followed by 28.7 crores. As far as financing is concerned, it is a negative 0.37 crores in terms of cash flow. So any activity that the company does where negative cash flow is generated might create pressure on the profitability of the company. But as you look at it, the company seems to be running positively, for the reason that operating and investing activities give positive returns, while financing is almost about reaching there. As far as the debt equity ratio is concerned, for the same period, it is 0.13, followed by 0.18, followed by 0.19, which is a healthy indication of the debt equity ratio. For return on equity, equity in terms of percentage, it is 19.54%, followed by 40.57%, followed by 32.01. So return on equity will be 32% for 24-25. Similarly, PAT percentage or profit after tax percentage is 11.98%, followed by 21.51%, followed by 22.60%. So you can say it is 22.6% PAT percentage in terms of revenue, if you take percentage in terms of revenue and profit. So for 24-25. Now to look at the various factors, that is strengths and weaknesses or risks that affect the company. First and foremost being the government policies. The government policies, like in every industry, would affect the company positively or negatively depending on the policies issued by the government, depending on the rules issued by the government, etc. As far as the regulatory concerns are, there are existing regulatory, they are reporting to existing regulators of MCA, that is Minister of Corporate Affairs, GST, tax authorities, etc. Now in addition to that, they will be having to follow the LODR in terms of having to report to the exchanges as well as to SEBI as the regulator of the capital market. Taxes and tariffs also affect the company in terms of giving them higher or lower profitability depending on whether it is positive or negatively impacting the company. As far as litigations are concerned, the company doesn't have too many litigations, but all the same there are few litigations. If it goes against the company, there will be a outflow of money. To that extent, profitability will be affected. Now the company is into government projects, which is central government, state government, municipals, and also corporate projects. So So here, although there are a wide spectrum in terms of projects being given by different types of entities, it's a very narrow number of clients that they have. And on top of it, since they are into government projects, secrecy needs to be maintained. So the secrecy is of utmost importance as far as this company is concerned. They use technology to ensure that the secrecy is maintained. So any change in technology, any breach in technology in terms of cyber warfare, etc., would adversely affect the company or its reputation. In terms of ISO certification, the company has taken 9001 2015 certificate, 14001 of 2015, 27001 of 2022, and 45001 of 2018. 9001 is a quality management system certification. 14001 is environment management system. 27001 is information security management system. 45001 is occupational health and safety system. So since these certificates are in place, the company is good in terms of following rules and regulations, in terms of following policies. The trademark of the company surprisingly is not registered, so there could be issue in future in terms of somebody else claiming the trademark and unnecessarily dragging the company into litigations. Of course, the company may be able to prove that the trademark has been in existence for a long time, but it will take time and efforts and money to prove that they are right and the person whose complaint is wrong, or person against whom this company complaint is wrong. Insurance is concerned, the company has has mentioned in the prospectus that they may at times not be adequately insured. So as long as they are properly or fully insured, there is no issue. If the insurance is short for some reason, for some particular period in time, then it would affect the insurance claim in case of any eventuality. This could create an issue in terms of bottom line. The company also mentions in the prospectus that they are having high working capital requirement. So there will be constant usage of funds for ensuring that working capital is showed up, and this will probably give higher business to the company. We have summarized the RHP and placed it for you to peruse. This is meant to be purely an educational exercise to make the viewer aware of the pros and cons of the financials and the strengths and weaknesses of the company. In light of the above, there is no reference to the correctness or otherwise of the price on offer, prevailing grey market price, possibility of listing day gains, etc. Should you find this video informative and educative, kindly pass it on to your friends and relatives. Please press on the like button and subscribe to this channel. Thank you. Doubts, queries and suggestions, if any, may please be sent to ramkbharosay@gmail.com.